Kia ora anō tātou. Tēnei he mihi nui ki a koutou. Ana ko hoki mai nei ki te whakarongo ki aku kōrero I te wānei. Taku kōrero e pāna a Matariki. I tēnei waka ko huri tātou ki te waka Tamarereti. Tērā tuhu o te taenga mai o te wā e whakanui hia mātou o tātou te tauhau Māori. Nā reira. So te waka Tamarereti. We look at te waka Tamarereti as being that symbol that announces to us the arrival of Matariki. So from what I've learned is that te waka Tamarereti is a number of constellations that settle on our horizon at a very special time. And when this does happen for the first time, around the time when Matariki is seen again, close to midwinter, we know this as the time that we would look to celebrating our Tauhau Māori, our Māori New Year. So in some places they recognise te waka Tamarereti as the hook of the constellation Scorpius. Now when Scorpius first rises, our tupuna named that constellation te Mataua Maui, because when it sits over the horizon and starts to rise, it looks like a great hook embedded into the jaw of a great fish, and that fish is drawn up into the heavens, and we know that great fish to be the galaxy. And at that place, where the mouth of the fish is, and where the hook is embedded, that's the actual mouth of Te Ikaroa, or the Milky Way. And so Te Mataua Maui pulls the fish up out of the ocean, and when it comes almost that full half circle to when Te Mataua Maui starts to set, it comes down and the hook is more upright. And in that position, we talk about that constellation being Te Waka o Tamarereti to some. To me, we've named that constellation. I didn't name it, of course, but as te tauihu o te waka Tamarereti. And it's the prow of a proud waka. That same waka that I talked about earlier, that Tāne used to carry the stars up over the horizon so he could cast the korowai over the shoulders of Ranginui. And in doing this, brought more light into the world. And the korowai that he wove, he placed secret knowledge in that korowai for future tohunga to uncover and discover. And they utilised those things to discover and populate all of the islands of the Pacific. Now, if we have a look at that kōrero in regards to Te Mataua Maui, and we know that Maui first pulled the fish out of the ocean, and that fish became Te Ika Maui, Aotearoa, when it was rediscovered by Kupe. What we also know is that in almost every other island in the Pacific, Maui is recognised as that tupuna who discovered their fish, their land. And he fished all of these islands out of the sea. And so that shared knowledge has been handed down from generation to generation, and is a mātauranga that carries the knowledge of discovery, of discovering new islands, of discovering new places where our tupuna could recreate their homelands, recreate Hawaii. And so Te Waka Tamarereti, in the perspective of Tāne, taking it up into the horizon and leaving it there for future generations to marvel at and to discover new knowledge and to remember the old stories. That's why we place these tohu on these different constellations, because they all hold little pieces of knowledge that we want our tamariki to remember. So Te Waka Tamarereti, the first waka. So in that it's a descriptive. Te Waka a Tamarereti. Who was Tamarereti? Maybe it was Tāne. Maybe it was another being who loaned his waka to Tāne. Who knows who created that first story? But what we do know is that the waka is forever remembered in the stars. And so when that whole waka settles on the horizon, that becomes just before the sun rises, I should say, and at a time when just before the change of season, when the moon resides with the sun, that's when we look to the time when Matariki reappears, and we celebrate Matariki, Te Tauhou Māori, around this time. So back to Te Waka Tamarereti. So the Tauhu is the constellation Scorpius, or that constellation that started as Te Matua Maui in the southeast, and when it arrived at its setting place in the southwest, it becomes Te Tauihu o Te Waka. As we come along the horizon, moving towards south, we come upon Mahutunga, the Southern Cross, at its lowest point in the sky. And at this time, Mahutunga becomes, becomes Te Punga o Te Waka Tamarereti. And the two pointers, Alpha and Beta Centauri, or as we know them, Ranginui and Uruao. Now Uruao is a special name, I'll come back to that shortly, become Te Taura o Te Waka Tamarereti, he herenga waka. So we have the rope tied to the anchor, and the anchor tied to the hiwi, or the side of the waka, and it's seen there behind the tau ihu. And as I said earlier, I mentioned that name Uruao. Uruao is the name of the first waka built. It's the name of the original waka. And so if we look at the descriptive of Te Waka a Tamarereti, perhaps the original name for that waka would have been Uruao. Now there are others that have different stories in regards to that. But the great thing about stories is we can have multiple stories about the same thing. As long as we tell our stories in the ways that perhaps have meaning for us in the region that we live in, it's okay. All right. So we pass Uruao, we pass Mahutunga, and we come to two other crosses in the heavens. The first one is named the Diamond Cross. We know it as Kaipātiki, in the shape of the diamond, in the shape of the Pātiki. Right. And of course the Pātiki is a symbol of abundance, so very apt for our celebration of Matariki. The second cross is called the False Cross. Now it's named the False Cross because it looks very much like Mahutunga, the Southern Cross, except it's bigger and has no indicators, has no pointers. So the Southern Cross and the pointers, they create one whole constellation of anchor and rope. Punga taura. And then we get to the false cross, te rā tuarua o te waka a Tamarereti. This sail was named Piawai. So we have Kai Pātiki, te rā matua. We have Piawai, te rā tuarua. And we have the, I suppose, the propulsion of the waka. Now, directly below that is, we see the glow of the Milky Way, of the Ikaroa. So the glow along the base there, sitting on just above the horizon, becomes the hiwi, or the whole of the waka Tamarereti. And then we look up from here at that central part of the waka, just behind Piawai, and we see the second brightest star in the heavens. Its conventional name is called Canopus. Now, to us, the name of that star is Atutahi. Well, it has a number of names: Atutahi, Aotahi, Autahi. And because he has a number of names, we recognize his importance. So Atutahi becomes the kaihotu of the waka o Tamarereti. He's that leader that directs the crew in ensuring that the waka travels safely. The kaihotu. Now we i tēnei wā ko titiri, ko mātakitaki mātau ki runga, ki a takurua, aroa mai, ki a Atutahi, ana kua huri taku nei whatu, whakararo rā ki te whetu takurua, he whetu mā. So we look up to takurua at this time, when the waka settles on the horizon, and then we look behind and down to see the brightest star in the sky just rising above the horizon at the base, at the stern of the waka, sorry. Now this star is the brightest star in the sky. He whetu mara matera. So a very bright star, the brightest star. And so that whetu, in its brightness, becomes te tohunga o te waka Tamarereti. That star is the holder of knowledge. Now, when we move just behind Takurua, I'm going to show you this very shortly on a screen I have here, a picture of te waka Tamarereti and those stars. And we see te taurapa o te waka Tamarereti. Now, to our conventionally, that constellation is known as Orion. Our tupuna would have named it te taurapa o te waka, but i roto i tau kahui whetu, e kite ana mātau ko tautoru, three stars that rise due east at whitinga, ko tautoru tērā. Ara ngā tohu o te mātauranga. So those three stars are a tohu to another mahi that Tāne had, which was in retrieving the baskets of knowledge from the heavens. Ko te kete tuatea, ko te kete aronui, ko te kete aroha mai. Ko te kete tuatea, ko te kete aronui, ko te kete tuauri. I just got the order a little bit wrong, kete pai. But those three baskets of knowledge were brought from Tāne, brought down to earth by Tāne, and given to the future generations. That's us. And so those three stars in te taurapa Okay? Tautoru, they are a tohu to those kete wānanga. Okay? And when we look towards the top of the taurapa, we see a very bright star there. Its name is Puanga. And it's right that we recognise Puanga in this place, very important place, kei runga I te taurapa. Aye. Because the taurapa is that place where Tāne commemorates that time when Tāne climbed through the heavens, to the uppermost heavens, te toi o ngā rangi, to retrieve the baskets of knowledge. Aye. And it's right that Puanga sits at the top of the taurapa, because Puanga is a very important star. Right? And ko Puanga he tohu o te tauhau Māori mō ngā iwi e noho ana kei te tai hau auru. So for all of those iwi that live on the west coast of Aotearoa, they celebrate what they call a Puanga New Year. And so by acknowledging Puanga and the position that he holds on the taurapa, acknowledges the other mātauranga that is resident in our iwi in other regions. I always remember a kaumātua of mine, Te Pene Mamaku, his name. What he used to say to us was, kaua e takahi I runga I te mātauranga o rā tauma. Hey, mau ana te mātauranga kua tuku mai no tō mo o tupuna. Hey, what he was saying was, don't trample over the knowledge of other peoples. Just hold on to that knowledge that's important to you, that comes from your tupuna. And that's what we do today. But we still acknowledge that others of our iwi have different, I suppose, ways of celebrating and recognising te tauhou Māori. And there's also different ways of celebrating Matariki itself. Now, kei muri te waka a Tamarereti. E kite ana mātou te kakau a te hoe. So te kakau o te hoe urungi o te waka a Tamarereti is behind the taurapa of the waka. And we see that in the constellation, its conventional name is Taurus. Its conventional name is Taurus. And there's a V shape there, o tau matakuku, te whetu tuatahi o tau huinga whetu, o Taurus, ana, o te kakau a te hoe. And directly behind at the same level following the horizon, we go behind the hoe and we come to that very special tohu o te tauhou ko Matariki. So right now we're just going to go and have a look at a he āhuatanga o te waka Tamarereti, and you'll see how that waka looks on the horizon at that time we celebrate Matariki. Come this way. Didn't realise that my screen was going to turn off. Kei te pai. Now you all know my password onto my computer. Anei te waka Tamarereti. Kei raro nei te pairangi, ana e kite ana e rao ngā whare o te Atea Arangi, the star compass. Anei, tērā te whare o Tonga, south. Anei, titiro mai ki manu ki whakaronga. This is southwest. Ana, ko whitinga, due east. Rā, kainga, ngoi, manu marangai, southeast. Ngā rangi, ngā reo haka, ana, era o ngā whare o te Aotearangi, o te kāpehu whitu. So, we look to this particular end. I'll use my mouse. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Here we go. We look to this end, and here is the constellation Te Matua Maui setting. We can't see it here, but down in this position where the cursor is between Ngoi and Manu would be a star we know as Rehua. Hey, ko te pūtahitanga o Rehua, ko te pautūtahitanga o Pipiri. So we know that Rehua is the summer star. In some instances the summer warrior, because he's at his height during the midsummer. At the time of Matariki, Rehua sets. Okay, Rehua sets. But he's right there on the horizon. Hopefully you can see where my finger is pointing. Right there on the horizon between these two whare. We come back and we have te taura o te Waka Tamarereti. Ana, ko rangi nui, ko uruao, ko mahutonga, i tērā wā kairaro. Ai, ka puta mai te punga o te Waka a Tamarereti. And we see this constellation here, this triangle, this diamond shape right there. Hopefully you can see it at the base of the sail is Kaipātiki. We come back slightly and we see the constellation of Piawai. The bright star you see here is Atutahi, and kei raro nei, the brightest star in the sky ko Takurua. So Takurua, te whetū o te makariri, o Takurua, ana, tērā tana ingoa. Kei muri, ana, te tohu o ngā kete wānanga, ko tautoru tērā, ko puanga kei runga. Tērā te Waka a Tamarereti. Nā reire homa, ngā mihi mō tino tautoko o ngā kōrero, ko puta mai kei mui a koutou. Tēnei he mihi nui i runga i te karanga o te tohu, o te tauhau. Anei, ki tērā wāhi, ko tai i runga i te pairangi, ana tērā te wā, ko puta mai anō a Matariki, tō tātou nei tohu o te tauhau. Hei, ngā mihi atu rā ki a koutou. Tēnā koutou.